Bill, my friend.
Yes, Ted, my friend.
I have a feeling things are about to change in a most outstanding way.
I could not agree more.
Greetings, my most excellent friends. This is the Comic Relief Crusader here with some pretty fun news. Now, if there's two guys that have stood the test of time, especially in pop culture, it would be these two guys.
Excellent!
That's right. It would seem like Bill and Ted are going to make a return. Now, most of us remember Bill and Ted way back when, around 1989, with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, followed by a sequel, of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. DC Comics put a movie adaptation when the first movie came out, and then Marvel took it over back in 1991 with Bill and Ted's Excellent Comic Book, which ran about 12 issues, which is excellent, great. But then we hadn't heard from them in a long time. And then we ended up getting more comics slowly coming out in the media of Bill and Ted, Most Triumphant Return, Bill and Ted Go to Hell, Bill and Ted Save the Universe, and then followed by other comics like Bill and Ted Are Doomed, or Bill and Ted Roll the Dice, or Bill and Ted Present Death. So they've been around the block for, well, quite a long time. Now, during the 90s, we never got a third Bill and Ted movie, and it seemed like the end for the sweet-tempered time-traveling dudes of Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves, who were fated to save the world through their power of rock and roll music, if they could only pass a history test, basically. So Bill and Ted kind of petered out with a animated series and, well, a TV series that only lasted 8 episodes, and nobody really talks about that really much anymore.
Okay.
And then, shockingly, 30 years later, a third movie emerged. Now, Bill and Ted Face the Music saw the movie with a middle-aged Bill and Ted, not just facing the fact that their music wasn't as popular as they thought, but they're also facing their own mortality as well, and frustrations about how life turned out.
Bogus!
And then we were also introduced to their daughters, Billy and Thea. Now, the film was released during the worst months of the pandemic in the summer of 2020, so few people got to see it in theaters. And those that did see it in theaters, they really liked the film, and it was funny, and it was heartfelt, and it was surprisingly worthy of the legacy of the old favorite movies. And if you caught it on streaming, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I guess it did well enough to demand a fourth movie on top of that, which Alex Winters announces on a show out there in the etherwebs. So he revealed that the creators of the franchise are tinkering with a fourth movie that all of us like, and the guys are going to be the original writers, the original screenwriters of Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon. Check it out.
In the gang, we're tinkering with a fourth movie idea that all of us like, and the guys are going to write. It doesn't mean the writers don't always write something great, because they're super talented, but it just has to be. They feel the same way. Like, it has to be right, and the movies are very. We love them because they're oddball and they're not kind of typical mainstream films, and they've never been cash grab movies. Like, no one's gotten rich off of the Bill and Ted movies, so we really do make them like sincerely from a place of love and interest. And so we have there's a really good idea the writers came up with for a fourth that's kind of obvious. I don't want to give it away. I can't give it away. have me drawn and quartered. But it is a really great idea, and kind of an obvious idea. So it will get written, and then we'll see when we can actually get it made. Maybe a little while.
Now, I don't know what the obvious idea for the fourth movie would be, but if you checked out Bill and Ted Face the Music, especially near the end, it leaves it a little bit open-ended and kind of a teaser in a sense. So, if the core creative team are still in place, I definitely would want to see it. So, that being said, here's hoping for the best. And this is the Comic Relief Crusader saying,
be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes!